If you want to gain hundreds of thousands of Faze or XP in mid-game, you are in the right place. With over 60 hours of experience, I've spent hours optimizing 3 farming methods, allowing me to provide you with the fastest and most efficient spots that will save you precious time. Following these methods will let you earn a crazy amount of 138k to a whopping 245k Faze per hour, so you can buy every weapon and item that you want or level up and break the game in the fastest time possible. Like for example, the overlooking spot that will allow you to farm multiple enemies with a specially designed route to give you the best hourly gains possible. This spot is perfect for players who want a little more runtime compared to the other spots to lessen the repetitive nature of these methods. This spot is located in the northwestern part of Sunken City, which is your first major area in the game, and you need to access and navigate the cliffside ruins and reach the mini dungeon's exit. Then finally, activate the required missile or bonfire for this method, which is the plateau overlooking city. This spot can be accessed in both the past and present timeline, so you keep that in mind. The suggested level for this method is around level 30, but if you find yourself in need of more levels, I've covered the earliest spot recently. So access this video for the fastest levels possible, link in the description or find it by clicking the card here. Starting from this point forward, I will be creative with my runs with the use of bayonets. This weapon will allow you to hit enemies from a distance, which is fantastic for farming runs such as these. The first and easiest strongest bayonet at this point is the Tainted Bayonet, and mine is upgraded to +6. This weapon's basic skill is the Sacrificial Edge, and if you are following my Code Vein guide so far, you already know that this buff is one of the best damage boosting buffs in the game. The Sacrificial Edge will give you an immense damage boost in exchange of your life being drained per second, which is of course perfect in regular combat for experienced players and much more in farming runs, allowing the user to burst down targets. You can pretty much get the Tainted Bayonet anywhere in the map since the key enemy that gives the weapon is pretty much common. However, the earliest area you can get this weapon from is in Magmel Island. There are a lot of corrupted soldiers in Magmel Island who have the weapon. But one of the best spots for farming this weapon is the cliffside underground ruins located north of Magmel Island. Proceed to the dungeon normally and you will come across a resurrection stone. Activate the stone as a starting point when farming the Tainted Bayonet. Access the main long hallway near the stone and head to your left when the path splits into 3. This hollow hallway will lead you to the stairs where the key soldiers who have the weapon are located. Kill the soldiers for a chance to get the weapon, and if the weapon failed to drop, just jump down and access the resurrection stone to respawn the enemy. Repeat the steps until the weapon drops, and I suggest doing this as you will be getting a lot of value from this weapon, especially if you love bayonets. Range Impact is yet another damage buff that increases the damage of bayonets in general. And yes, the Range Impact stacks with a Sacrificial Edge, so you will be hitting huge tons of damage if both are active. Get this buffing skill as a loot in the southeastern section of Sunken City, where you will access a ruined structure where the item is located. Power Shot is going to be our main damaging skill for our Tainted Bayonet, a skill that would allow the user to shoot a devastating single shot which can take single enemies in a flash with the right setup. This is one of the best skills for bayonets, so get it by progressing Josie's main story events by heading to the southeastern part of the Sunken City and entering the Sunken Pylon main dungeon. The treasure chest near the first elevator you came through when accessing the area contains the Power Shot. For the blood code, I suggest slotting in Noah's blood code at C rank for more dexterity stats. You can equip a better blood code that provides more willpower and dexterity as a raw stat, but as for my method, Noah's code is more than enough. Noah's blood code is unmissable, so you already have it at this point. The Ichor Maximizer Tria is highly suggested for more Ichor points or your skill or magic points in this game. You can easily get this booster from mastering loose D rank blood code and talk to NPC Lavinia in Magmel HQ as a reward. Next is the Willpower Booster that adds +2 willpower and can be acquired from Lavinia as well, after mastering her own E-rank blood code. On the other hand, Dexterity Booster Overload increases your dexterity by 5 points, and you can get it from Magmel's crafting shop. Just don't stare at Jadwiga too much, and the next booster on this build is irrelevant. Heading to the actual method, and from the missile, ride your bike and follow the road on the right. Navigate the road carefully as there are a lot of obstacles on the road. With a little bit of practice, you will perfect this section. and at the end of the road, our first key enemies are located, so drop your bike and cast Sacrificial Edge and range impact for you to have an immense damage boost. And target the huge elite enemy and cast Power Shot to deal huge damage. Then kill the guy by shooting 2 normal bullets, shooting the first minion twice to take it out, and unload the last bullet on the third enemy. Reload your bayonet and shoot with another round to end the fight. Get all possible loot and head to your left where a broken structure is located. Heal yourself once so the added damage boost of the Sacrificial Edge goes on, and shoot the enemy standing near the structure once or twice. Close in on the nearby enemies, guarding the vicinity of the structure, and shoot the larger enemy once or twice, and then reload your bayonet afterwards. Then shoot the second enemy to death, and after the fight, heal yourself once again, and pull off a power shot on the next enemy inside the structure. Get the loot and shoot the next enemy twice who is roaming with normal bullets, and once again, get the spoils and hop to your bike. Head in the direction where the excavator is located, and there are 3 enemies here that we need to take out. But first, heal yourself again. Target the glowing enemy and perform another power shot, and unload your normal bullets to take out all of the enemies in here. Just make sure to time your dodge rolls to avoid enemy attacks for a flawless and faster run, not like me, who got hit once here. If you are out of bullets, you can use your normal attack here to take out the last enemy in this method. Get all of the loot and fast travel back to our starting point missile to reset the run and rinse and repeat. Each one takes around 1 minute and 49 seconds and gives you 4200 phase per run, with reset and loading times included. Do this method for an hour and expect a great amount of 138k worth of phase per hour. And if you are getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me more than you can imagine, or consider supporting us on Patreon or by becoming a channel member today, and I appreciate your support. If you want a shorter method and get even more phase per hour, the substation entrance spot is for you. This spot will allow you to farm multiple enemies in quick successions, resulting in greater and faster gains per hour. You will never miss this spot, located in the western part of Sunken City, since the substation is part of the main story, but the location is still showing on the screen right now for your convenience. We will park the bayonet build for now, since we will be using a different method just for this spot. You can actually access this spot with a character level of 25 to 30. The main weapons for this fight should revolve around strength, dexterity, and mind. But I am using the Ancient Hunter Sword in this setup, which you can easily buy from Magmel's weapon shop. But the key weapon for making this method work is the Battle Axe Idris' Conceit. You will be getting this combat forme or sub-weapon by just progressing in the story. And if you're already at the Sunken City, you should have this weapon by now. Well, you can also equip any blood code that you want that scales with your weapon of choice. But I'm still using Noah's Code paired with a dexterity booster, and the other boosters here can be disregarded. To start the actual run, head to the enemy pack that is roaming on the nearby road. Run towards the middle of the pack, and what you need to do here is to bait all enemies to attack you, so you can fully charge your battle axe without getting hit and deal an AoE damage to hit all targets. This battle axe charge AoE attack slows down all of the targets as well, then hit the shielded enemy with a skill with your weapon along with normal attacks, which in my case is the circulating pulse of the Ancient Hunter Sword. Get all of the loot and quickly return to the missile to reset the run. Rinse and repeat. If the previous example is not enough, I will show you another example of the method. And the key here is to bait the enemies first to attack, and your positioning as well, so you can charge your axe and inflict slow and damage all enemies. If an enemy survives the AoE attack aside from the shielded enemy, just use a skill or a normal attack to complete the run. A perfect run in this spot takes around 26 to 28 seconds with reset and loading times included, and gives you 1400 phase per run. An hour of consistent farming will give you a whopping 197k worth of phase per hour, which is a lot for a starter mid-game progress. But what if I told you that you can get even more phase than the previous method? The inner substation spot is hands down the best spot on this list, a spot that will allow you to farm an elite succubus enemy without a hassle. This enemy is worth a whopping 1200 phase per kill, giving you an out of this world 245k worth of phase per hour. We are still in the same dungeon that we accessed in the last method, which is the substation main story area. But this time, we need to activate the last missile in this area before the boss arena. we will pick up the same bayonet skill that I asked you to make at the beginning of this guide. So if you skip to this part, make sure to go back since I provided all of the relevant locations for all of the items that I use in this build. We do have few changes and improvements on the existing bayonet build, but having a level 35 character here is not required. It's just that I recorded the build late, so having a level 30 character is more than enough. I'm still using the +6 tainted bayonet here, but the Blow of Madness skill is the newly added skill that we need to use. This skill will allow you to increase the damage of your next attack regardless of whether it's a skill or a normal attack. So the damage of our power shot will receive a huge ton of boost after casting the Blow of Madness, allowing you to deal a single higher burst of damage compared to our previous setup. The Blow of Madness can easily be acquired by just buying the skill from one of Jadwiga's minions, located in the refugee village in Sunken City. Noah's Blood Code is still being used with Icor Maximizer Tria, Dexterity Booster Overload, and Willpower Booster, and all of the locations are provided at the beginning of this guide. While on the other hand, the actual method is pretty simple. Head down to the staircase and cast your Sacrificial Edge and Blow of Madness combo buff before the staircase ends. Hit the succubus enemy with a power shot and finish the enemy with a normal bullet shot. Get a possible loot and head back to the missile to reset the run, rinse and repeat. Each run takes a lightning fast 18 seconds with reset and loading times included and gives you 1200 phase per run. Doing this method consistently for an hour will give you a mind-blowing 245k worth of phase per hour. Truly the best method in this first set of mid-game spots. But what if I told you that there are even better mid-game spots other than this? This video will teach you everything you need to know, so click on it and I will catch you on the next one.